So hungry. So hungry I could eat a horse.
You fucking piece of shit!
I gotta get my mind off of food. I don't really need to eat. I'm a fat fuck. I could use to skip a few meals. I'll just fill up on water.
You should smoke, D.
Nah, I'm trying to quit.
Smoking is cool.
That's just not true.
Sure it is. Give it a try.
Holy shit, it does make you cooler. Well, it made me sick and my breath stinks, but I'm still hungry.
Hey, get yourself a cheesesteak. You've earned it.
I did?
Sure. You woke up, didn't you?
I did do that. Fuck it. You're right. Why shouldn't I have a cheesesteak? I'm doing alright. I mean, I wouldn't say successful, but you know, I'm doing pretty good.
That might be pushing it.
What do you mean?
You were unemployed all of last year.
Yeah, maybe you heard there was a global pandemic.
You can just say pandemic. Pandemic means global.
Right. There was a pandemic, so I didn't work.
How do you explain the 6 months before that?
It's complicated. Are you trying to convince me to get a cheesesteak, or...?
Where I'm sitting, doesn't look like you need much convincing.
Come on, man. Fuck it. I'm just filling up on water.
Just get the cheesesteak, you fat fuck. Who cares? You're 40. You're bald. You're 5'6". Nobody loves you. That's not gonna change if you get skinny.
Last bad day. Fresh start tomorrow. Or maybe like Monday.
Go ahead. Just order Postmates.
What is that?
I think it's food delivered by mailmen.
Wow, this pandemic's been tough on everybody. Cheese steak, cheese fries, carbonated cheese beverage, why not?
You only die once.
Actually, in elementary school, there was this wheelchair kid and he got hit by lightning, and you know what? Never mind. Don't matter. Mario is preparing my meal. Do I really need to know the guy's name?
Sure you do. What if he jizzes in it? Then when you call up to complain, instead of being like, someone jizzed in my sandwich, you could be like, Mario jizzed in my sandwich.
Why would somebody jizz in my sandwich?
Don't ask me. Mario's the one that jizzed in your sandwich. Sounds like a real sicko if you ask me.
Nobody's jizzing. Stop saying jizz.
Why, are you getting hungrier?
Alright, John's picking up my order.
John? The guy's name's John? That's surprising.
Why is that surprising?
You know exactly why. Don't make me say it.
Yo, John is on foot.
I'm sorry, he's walking?
I guess. That's like 7 miles. Arriving 15 minutes. No way. The little blinky thing isn't even moving anymore. I can't even watch this.
Hey, let's see what John is up to.
He's gone like 3 blocks. Does it look like he's in a strip club?
He won't be there long.
How do you know?
You only tipped them $3. Why would you take a cheesesteak to a strip club? They've already got food there.
Well, they canceled my order.
Can they do that?
Something unexpected occurred. Yeah, like John going to the strip club. They're offering me $4 for my inconvenience.
More than John was gonna get. Maybe we try drinking that water again.
Hey everybody! Welcome to another exciting edition of the Low Budget Show with Damon Millard. I'm Damon Millard. You joined us for a good one. On today's show we have Cousin Vinny.
So I got meth in my dick.
Vinny stops by.
My coochie's on fire.
We talk about Atari.
I like the Atari though.
You're like, yo, I got Miss Pac-Man, dude. Getting arrested.
When you're in a paddy wagon, your nose starts to itch.
And a whole lot more. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Also on today's show we have... We'll check in and see how we're doing with the Lil Yachty Reese's Puffs box poster. The Reese's Puffs box Lil Yachty poster. Hell yeah. We'll talk about the TV show Knight Rider. You guys remember the Knight Rider? That's now streaming, so we're gonna go back and look at that a little bit. Get a hold of me, it's Damon at DamonMillard.com. Send me a message, write a comment in the comments section. Let me know what you've been up to. Got any plans for Valentine's Day? You can take your lady friend to like a nice motel, something with a vibrating bed. Brrr. Get yourself a pocket of quarters. Gotta get her some flowers or something. You can't just throw dick at her. Gotta go romantic, dude. Write a poem. What else do you do? Gonna get a sex toy? Don't go too big, bro. Don't make it obvious that you gotta... Maybe you should propose. What do you think the best way to propose would be? You guys got any like cool ideas? I'm especially interested in hearing from my married people out there. Somebody who's already did it and has had time to like think about the way they proposed. Do you have any remorse? Do you have any other ideas of like how you could have done it? Or like, I guess what I'm asking is, what is a slick ass way to propose? I think if I was gonna propose, I'd take my girl swimming, and when we were in like the ocean, I would put like a shark fin on, and then I'd bite her leg. Bam! Will you marry me? Anyway, if you got a clever way of proposing, write it in the comments, send me a message. I'd love to read it maybe on the next show. So we went from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, no show in here. I'm sorry. I'm a very busy person, and I'm not gonna lie. I got a little hurt, you guys. I only got 89 views on my last fucking episode. So who cares when it comes out, right? Damn, man. Help me out. Tell some people about the show. Can you do that for me? I beg every episode, don't I? Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share with your friends. Well, it's been a while, so we'll try to catch up on all the stuff we missed. Christmas, New Year's, shit. I mean, it's been 2 months since the last episode, if not longer. Who knows? What is time, you know? Man, I got a lot going on, dude. Get my license back. I'm on some new anxiety medicine. Dude, you guys missed so much. Did you know Erykah Badu? You know who Erykah Badu is, right?
Damn, y'all feel it?
There's a picture in case you don't. She's got this incense that smells like her pussy. She saw a need and she filled it. That'd be a good Shark Tank episode, right? Anyway, so my girlfriend and I, we were joking around, and she was like, maybe I'll get that for you for Christmas. And I was like, okay. And then a few weeks passed or whatever, and I came home one day. There was like a smell in the air. And I was like, babe, did you give me that Erykah Badu incense? And she was like, no, I'm making fish sticks. I don't know. Should we do shit on the internet? All right, let's do it.
Shit on the internet.
This is where I talk about shit that I saw on the internet. Oh, this is what I want to tell you about. I did a show last night, right? And I'm talking about Christmas, and I'm talking about, as a kid, everybody else had Legos and I had Lincoln Logs, right? And then, all of a sudden, I'm on Facebook today. Boom! I got an ad for Lincoln Logs, dude. What? Amazon be listening. Alexa, are you spying on me?
No, I'm not spying on you.
Then how come I got an ad for Lincoln Logs?
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would have an answer for that. That was a little too specific. Remember the Lil Yachty poster? I never got all 4. 1, 2. That's it. That's as far as I got. I was looking online on like eBay and stuff like that. People are selling the boxes. They're selling them for like 20 to 50 bucks. Why did I cut these out? I could have had $100 right here. I don't even like Lil Yachty, dude. I did kind of want to finish it. What's that noise? I think someone's calling me, dude. Who was it? Someone just called in. What if it was Lil Yachty? Unknown caller. Damn, it probably was. Lil Yachty doesn't have a listed number. I probably just missed it. I really hope this is in focus. It's hard to tell, dude. I need help, guys. Oh, that reminds me. I got new camera gear. Check this out. This is what the setup looks like today. So we're moving on up. It's getting less and less low budget. Anyway, What I did do, guys, and I'd love for you guys to help me out on this, is if you go to the YouTube description of this video, you're gonna find a link to a half-finished poster. Finish the poster for me. Draw the rest of the poster. I'd like to see your artist rendering of what the poster could have been. Did I explain that right? Here's your chance to finish the poster. Here's my version. Let's see what you guys got. Send those to me, Damon@DamonMillard.com. We'll take a look at those on a future show. Anyway, that's where we stand on the Lil Yachty situation. I did see this thing, though. This Lil Yachty yacht for the Reese's Puffs. It's got this little spinning bowl. Did you guys see that? I think you can buy one for like 150 bucks. If you need a little Reese's Puffs yacht. I'm watching Knight Rider, the 1980s version, of course. They tried to remake it, didn't work out. It didn't have quite the magic of the 1980s show. Basically, Knight Rider is the story of this independent crime fighter dude. He's rich, first of all, he's got a ton of money. He's basically Batman. He's got this slick-ass car that can talk and is like artificial intelligence, and it's got like turbo speed and it can jump. It's a fucking wise ass.
Michael, I don't think that's a good idea, Michael.
It's basically Batman meets 007 is what it is. At the very beginning of Knight Rider, the lead character is actually played by someone other than Hasselhoff. And I would have hated to be that actor who got the spot, you know what I mean? You're booked for the lead. And he's like, yeah, but you die in the first scene. And he's like, what? The guy's name was like Michael Landon. Is it Michael Landon, Jimmy? What was the name of the guy from the Knight Rider? Landon? So Michael Long is shot in the face, and he has to have facial reconstructive surgery. They've fixed his face, and it's now David Hasselhoff. Knight Rider does not hold up. Kit can do less than my iPhone, to be honest with you. The special effects are weak. A lot of it is done just by like speeding up video. I caught some really sloppy shit, right? In order to make it look like it was driving by itself, the stunt driver's like sticking his arms through the seat and touching the steering wheel. You can actually, in this shot here, you can actually see his hands are on there and then they drop. I thought it was such a magical show growing up. I wanted to be Knight Rider, baby.
A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man
who does not exist.
I got a great interview with my cousin Vinny. That's coming up right now. Let's not waste any time. Let's go see Vin. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Low Budget Show, and joining me now is my cousin Vinny. Yeah, Vinny's like one of my oldest friends / cousin.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the people. I've been recording this. I put a microphone on you. This is an interview, hopefully. I don't know. Do you remember, how did I meet you? Drop that. How did I meet you, Vin?
I think I remember the first time we met. You were standing in front of Cameo.
I was standing in front of the Cameo.
Yeah, because I met you through Vinny.
I met Vinny through Vinny. Right.
You met Vinny through Vinny.
Yeah, I met you through Vinny.
You met me through Vinny.
Right.
Wait,
I got an audience. I'm going to play to them.
That's confusing.
I remember this. So the Cameo.
Back then it had a payphone in front of it. And I think Jonathan was there. So then I met you. And I thought you were much younger because you were always minute in stature.
you got to take shots at me?
Well, you're a cute little guy. All the girls loved you.
It's true.
You know,
Yeah.
you're like little pocket-sized, you know.
Pocket-sized D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to try and think of something to start with the letter P that was like flattering.
Oh, yeah.
Pocket-sized D just sounds like you have like a small
dick. Yeah. Check this out. Here's how I met Vinny Panaro.
Yeah. Right. See?
Right. I know. Okay. It's all unusual so far. All right.
It's not my fault. I'm killing it.
I used to be, I don't want to say friends with, but do you remember Billy Rafferty?
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So Billy Rafferty went to MacArthur. I don't know how. He lived on Rutherford Street, but for some reason he went to MacArthur Elementary School. And he was like such a dirty, weird dork. He would talk about Nintendo all the time. I was a fucking Nintendo fanatic, right?
Yeah.
I was one of the first kids, despite how poor I was, to have a Nintendo.
That's weird.
Yeah,
was it
me.
stolen? Because I didn't have one for like 5 years after it came out.
I don't know what happened. I like tricked my mom into buying me one or something.
Wow. You're one of the last kids I think would have one of the first Nintendos.
I had one of the first Nintendos. It was me, this Japanese exchange student. He had one, And Billy Rafferty had one.
That's an unbelievable story that either of you guys could even pool in your family money.
Bullshit. Like, okay, let me tell you something about Billy Rafferty. Billy Rafferty's mom was like 100 years old. That's why he was so weird and fucked up. You didn't know that? His mom was in a wheelchair, and she was like 100 years old. And he was in elementary school. No, it was his mom, dude. And she'd be like, Billy! She'd be in a different room. She'd be like, Billy, get in here and change my diaper. Yeah.
God, I
dude.
couldn't handle
And
that.
I was in 5th grade, and I was going over there to play. He had every game, too. The moment a game came out, he had it. Like,
How is that possible?
The day Mario Brothers 2 came out, it was impossible to find, but he had it. He was the adult in that house. His mom was totally at his at his whatever that word is I need to say right now.
Right. I get that happens to me sometimes when I'm trying to think of a word.
I always think of it like Scooby-Doo. You know the beginning of Scooby-Doo where that hand comes out of the box? Right when you need that word, it's gone. Yeah. She was dependent on Billy for everything. So basically, this is a kid in 5th grade in charge of his own house. So when her disability check or however they had money, however that got there, Billy was like, oop, going to get a Nintendo. Oop, going to get Mario Brothers 2, right? His mom went to the hospital for like a week, and he built a fucking skateboard ramp in his kitchen.
Bullshit.
Swear to God, ask Vinny about it.
A good-sized house.
You know how that part of Binghamton used to be like all mansions? Billy Rafferty lived in this huge green house on that first floor. And so when his mom went to the hospital, he built a skateboard ramp in his kitchen. And it was me, Vinny Panaro, this Chinese kid, I can't remember his name, but he was really a good skateboarder. A lot of digression. But then we went over to Vinny's grandmother's house to play G.I. Joes, and I met Vinny when he was like 7, 8 years old. Years pass, and I'm skating downtown. I bumped into Vinny and Big Head. They were skating, and then I just had a new skate crew, and then Jonathan would always come around, and then that's how I got hanging out with Vinny again.
There seems like there's something wrong with that timeline because Nintendos weren't out when we were 8.
Vinny was 8. I was in 5th grade.
I had an Atari, and everybody's playing a Nintendo. Then I finally got the Nintendo, and everybody's, I don't know, on their cell phone.
Right, and you're like, hey, you want to go play over, you want to play Pitfall?
Yeah,
and
like, they're all too old.
Nah, we ain't playing no Pitfall with you.
I like the Atari, though.
You were like, yo, I got Miss Pac-Man, dude. We're like, nah, we ain't coming over your shit. You're over here like...
Jungle Hunt.
Jungle Hunt was dope. I like Jungle Hunt.
Yeah.
Right? That was a ripoff of another game where they just changed the dude's clothes from like a safari guy into like Tarzan.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They were the exact same game.
They were the same. Holy fuck.
Right.
And he'd make the...
Yeah, they were the exact game.
Wow.
Boulders
would come at you. In both of them. Or maybe I'm just mixing them up.
I don't know. I could do a little research.
That one was called...
With the wagon train.
It was called Oregon Trail.
That wasn't Oregon Trail.
Okay.
That wasn't Oregon Trail. There was another computer game, like right around this time is when maybe West Middle School, we first got like computer classes and stuff. So you could play Oregon Trail. You could play this other game where you were like a fish and you had to avoid bigger fish that would eat you, and then you could eat like grubs and shit.
Oh yeah, that was called
Yeah. I'm asking you to think back basically 30 years. There was this third game where you were a truck driver and you had to pick up payloads and drive them across the country.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa. What the fuck are you guys teaching us here? I'm not trying to be a truck driver.
They set a low bar for you kids. You guys are either going to be truck drivers or fish or you'll die of dysentery.
Yeah. Video games brought me to Billy Rafferty. Skateboarding brought me to Vinny Panaro. Vinny Panaro brought me to youth, probably through weed.
Johnny Martin, you met him through Vinny.
I already knew Jonathan, though, because of Brookie.
Because of Brookie.
Right.
It's a weird,
yeah,
tangled web how that works. So for the people at home.
For the people at home, I would show you my family tree, but I'm afraid that you're going to realize it's incestual.
Oh, I already realized it's incestual.
Yeah. It really is like this.
It
right?
is, yeah. It's kind of like a family ball of yarn.
And yeah, it really is kind of messy. And you know what makes it even worse? I tell everybody you're my cousin because you are. You're like my cousin and you're my brother. But on legal
Cousin
documents that we couldn't prove that.
No.
Just like Jonathan is my cousin, but technically he's my cousin's cousin. And then Vinny is his cousin, so...
Like they say, Abe Lincoln said, the cousin of my cousin is my cousin.
So Brookie's my cousin, Jonathan is Brookie's cousin, and Vinny is Jonathan's cousin, and you're married to Brookie, you're my cousin, and so this really confuses people. I don't see the reason to correct anybody, and I don't feel like it's a paper thing. You're my blood, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it gets real confusing.
Right, you know.
Yo. When I did first meet you, though, we would go over to your basement. You had some weights down there, right?
Oh, yeah.
You were
I was a big fucking guy. I was all muscle back then.
You were not. You
like 250.
No, you paid a buck
I
and a quarter.
I was putting up like 425.
You used to say buck and a quarter. That's what
Yeah.
you weighed. That was like your phrase.
Yeah.
I knew how much you weighed because you talked about it like a lot. You were like buck and a quarter.
Buck and a quarter.
Buck and a quarter, baby.
And I could lift a lot of weight. I was a big guy.
You weren't. You've always been this skinny.
6 feet tall.
Also, you never were taller. But check this out. You used to have those muscle magazines.
Beef it.
Yeah, beef it.
You had these magazines with these like ripped dudes, and it was Beef It was the type.
I was well on my way to getting that big until you got me into pot, actually.
No. I did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did. I mean, I had smoked it a couple times, but you got me in that daily thing.
You think that stopped you from wanting to be like a weightlifter and like...
I think it stopped me from wanting, I mean, I'd be like a doctor or a very successful politician.
Yeah.
You
think so?
I think so.
I don't
think
think
so. I
so.
was an extremely bright kid, with a future.
Okay.
And basically everything that went wrong from the time I met you. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
You think so?
Really, all my failures in life can be traced back to
I
you
will
standing in
give
front
you-
of the cameo. A
I will give you
horrible
this.
influence on everyone.
We fucked up.
The whole world probably be better if you weren't in it. I mean, I love you. I'm just saying that you haven't done much good for others or yourself.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
No, I mean, we've had a lot of good times. There was a lot of fun.
We did have a lot
Remember
of
the time I whipped you in the dick with that stick?
He gets drunk off 2 beers. You know his style. Vin G style? He gets fucking totally wasted off 2 beers. Like scary drunk. We get out of the baby genius Jeep, which is always fun to do. Boom! Gets out, grabs a stick, and comes running around that shit like this, and fucking swings it like a baseball bat into my dick. I was on my knees for like 15 minutes. I couldn't even get like a whole breath. You know what I'm talking about? Right. I had to fuck him up after that. So now my hip is all fucked up because I wrestled him in the grass. And then when Mark Murphy called me today, he was like, yo, what happened with all my lights in my garden? I was trying to pretend like I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, did something happen over there? Oh, maybe you got raccoons? And that's the end of that story, basically. You hit me right in the dick, but like a switch.
I was like 2 beers in. It was a perfect switch.
Yeah, and for people watching, 2 beers in for Vinny is wasted.
That's not true.
It is, dude. Pickles told me many times, he's like, I can't believe that guy can get that drunk that fast.
Where do I look to refute that? Because that's not
This
true.
is your close-up.
Handle 2 beers.
Yeah, sometimes. I will tell you this. No, I'm not going to put this out in the world, but you got out of trouble one time. We were supposed to be in trouble. And I have no idea. I saw you go from wasted to talking to an authority figure and the authority figure going, see you guys later.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you guys what happened, but we were very close to prison.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you want to be like Mr. Universe or something? Or did you just want to be buff and bang hot broads?
I just wanted to be, and I was big. I was all muscle.
Dude.
I was huge.
Yo, you were not big.
Everybody was scared of me.
You were not big, dude. No, you listened to death metal, too,
yeah,
didn't you?
Yeah.
You were like a death metal dude.
Oh yeah.
You're not into death metal.
I was never into death metal.
You were into hard
like
shit.
Metallica or White Lion.
No, you were like a step above. No, you were dude. You were a step above that. You were like Alice in Chains and Metallica are here. Listen, you were here.
No.
Yes, you were, man.
Worst I got was like a little bit of
You
Pantera.
listened- no,
I got
maybe
into the.
okay, Pantera's
you know,
here.
There's some Black Sabbath. I got
Black
it.
Sabbath's here. You were like up in here with like you and Jared Reifenberry used to listen to the same
No.
shit. Yeah.
No,
I
you
think
can't
so.
even use my name in the same. I didn't consort with those kind of, ne'er-do-wells and. Why is that funny? You know.
You would never do some ne'er-do-wells.
I don't.
This is how I remember. I remember you had Beef It magazines.
I did.
Beef it.
Like your mom didn't like you hanging out with us because we were the bad kids, but you
Right.
still brought us over. We would smoke weed. Me and Vinny were tripping on acid because I remember your floor was
I don't
like
think
this.
I don't know if my mom would, because you guys were small.
Here's the day your mom switched sides and hated me forever. Is we're like 14 years old. We had
Oh.
Kenny Davison's little brother, Adam, went
Yeah.
and bought us this
Not little
huge
at
things of Mr. Boston. Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
younger than us,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was buying us booze.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
He looked like an adult.
Monster.
He used to go in there and lie to the guy that was working. He'd be like, the kids are driving me nuts at home.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just have...
He schmooze them.
Yeah, he schmoozed him up. He was like, yeah. And the guy, he never got ID. So one day, me and you, everybody else was like gone somewhere. But
Yeah.
we got Adam to go in there, I think. And he
Yeah.
got us a big thing of Mr.
We
Boston.
were in the pit. And,
And we went down in the pit. The pit was this little parking lot area, but you had to go down to get into it. And then it was just like an enclosing. Oh, we went down there and we drank this whole thing, the biggest bottle. We drank the whole thing. No chaser, no nothing.
I
We
know, just drinking right out the bottle.
and then
So
I handed
gross.
it to you, and then
Yeah.
you handed it back.
Yeah.
Long story short,
Slobbery
you were like
lipped. At one
alcohol
point, you were
poisoning.
crying.
Yeah, well, we don't have to talk about that part.
You gonna edit that out?
I might. So we drank all of that,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
all the way down.
Both of us like 125 pounds.
I think there might have been this much left because I remember there
I
was
was
a
all
point
muscle.
where I was like, "Where'd the rest of that go?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you had like tossed it.
I tossed it, but there was like a drop.
Yeah.
You were like, no, there was more. There really was like
Yo,
a drop. There
we
was
got
like nothing left.
so. This is the drunkest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, well, I
think.
mean, we're so small. There was more liquid than there was us. Crossing the Tompkins Street
We were
Bridge.
crossing a bridge, but before that, I feel like we were like, okay, you know how like a bridge is like this, and then there's that area underneath, but that's where the river was? I feel like we kept falling down.
Yeah, we were tumbling.
We kept falling down, like we were trying to get up to go across.
I thought you were in the river.
So, but I finally, after being like blackout, immobile,
Yeah.
basically, like my muscles stopped
You
working.
lost the shoe.
I did lose a shoe. At some point, I finally got the power back. I was like, what am I doing? And I just started walking towards my house.
Yeah,
And I lost you,
yeah.
and you ran into cops.
I was real drunk, so I don't remember a lot, but I remember the initial interaction. I said, my buddy's down. I think he's down in the river, I flagged the fucking cop down, to tell you the truth, because I thought you're in the river. And I didn't know where you were, so I'm like, oh, this guy, he's, because you always got a little mushy, I thought you were going to kill yourself.
Right?
So I
I
said,
feel like you're leaning into this mushy shit a little hard.
at that point,
I've always
you were
been
mushy.
depressed. I've
You
always
were,
depressed.
and you were especially depressed at that,
Yeah, yeah.
time. I mean, because liquor can do some funny things to you when you're
yeah.
14, 15, 125 pounds,
I was like $1.07. You were the one. You were the buck in that.
You're even smaller.
I feel like you at one point did way more.
You might have been like 83 pounds.
Digress.
Yeah, so then I
So
flagged
you
him
flagged
down.
a cop down.
Yeah, yeah.
We could have actually got out of
And
this
instead of looking
unscathed.
for you, he cuffs me, he throws me into a fence, like bruised my ribs. He freaking, he maced me and stuff when I'm in his car.
Right.
I crawled between the petition and the windows from the back seat to the front seat. I got cuffs on.
Yeah.
While I'm shimmying through that little partition.
so lucky.
I get out of the cop car. I opened the thing and I got out and I said, put me in a different car. This guy just maced me, So they put me in a paddy wagon.
Oh my god.
And immediately when you're in a paddy wagon, your nose starts to itch.
Yeah.
2 times I've been in a paddy
Yeah, just
wagon.
pretty much whenever you're handcuffed.
Yeah, your
It
nose
does
itches.
because like
They brought me to General
my shoulders
Hospital.
are
They
too
put
big
me in
now.
a room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is my
My
bad.
mom
dude.
came and got me, and then she stopped
That's my
liking me.
bad,
So
dude,
that's
'cause you cared
that's
so
the
much
arc.
about- I was
Another thing
so
that's your
drunk
fault.
that-
You just went on without a care, willy nilly.
It wasn't willy nilly. 30 years later, I can kind of picture that walk. I remember my sock,
It was soggy.
It was soggy, and it was like slap,
You should have just took it off.
slap. That is my bad, dude. But
It took you long enough to apologize for it. We're like 43 now. 44, aren't you?
Well, we don't have to get into specifics, man. Man, you really mushy, old.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while. Just want to go over the bases.
So anyway, yeah, okay. Well, you also told the cop when he asked you your name, you said your name was Joe Smith.
No, I said your name was Dave Smith. I lied about your name. I didn't lie about my name.
You didn't lie about
No, I lied for you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, everything
I
I do.
don't know. That's
do
not
it
the
for
story
you,
I've heard
like
for
Bryan
30
Adams.
years that they asked you what your name was.
That's
You
a
were
story
like,
now.
Joe.
No.
Joe Smith.
I think it might have been John Smith. I was lying about your name. They said, what's your friend's name? I said, John Smith, go get him. Come on. He's down there. I think he's in the river. Because I thought you were in the river.
John Smith from the Book of Mormon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what I was trying to convey to the cop was names don't matter here. We got to act fast.
But who is anybody?
Concerned about beating me up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, he was more concerned with roughing up a little drunk
That's his job.
14-year-old. Yeah. That's the moment your mom started to hate me. And, she called me the next day, by the way. Do you know where Vinny spent the night?
That's not what she sounds like. That's what your mom sounds like.
Okay, your mom was like, do you know where Vinny spent the night?
That's much better.
Okay. I was like, I don't know. Did you check Gold's Gym?
Right?
Right? I know he's been beefing it lately.
yeah.
Yeah, she scolded me. But that was your moment to turn around. If I've ruined your life, as you claim.
Right. No, it just kept spiraling. That was definitely not rock bottom. I mean, it should have been.
It was rock bottom very early.
I went through the glass floor. I broke through the glass floor.
Yeah. But then
I got your cousin
I
pregnant.
got my cousin pregnant.
Right. And everything started to, continue
And
to
then I was
spiral
like-
down.
Because we conspired. I was like, I just met this kid over at the Cameo, Brooke. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him real drunk and in trouble.
And then he's going to knock you
And
up.
then he's going to knock you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, bad.
She was on a bad road.
She was?
Oh, yeah.
No, she wasn't.
She was.
She's
She
a
was.
fucking straight A 4.0 student her whole life. You brought her down, dude.
What?
Do you know who Brookie could have been if she never met you?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know because you were banging a 14-year-old.
Well, I was also 14.
True.
We're only 3 days apart.
True,
in age.
but I'm not going to put that part in the story.
Damn it. Fucking magic of...
Magic of editing, baby. Seriously, why did you ruin my cousin's bright future?
I'd like to think that...
Love? I don't like when there's a scream and then silence.
Yeah.
I like a scream and then like a little falling action. Scream and silence is like, ah! And then they're like, oh, I gotta get rid of his body.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Yeah.
We used to play poker a lot, right?
Yep. There was the poker games, and then
This is what I was
we'd
getting at
drink out
earlier.
of Chianti and watch The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And we started playing up in your place on Leroy.
That was the pre-Texas Hold'em explosion.
Yeah.
Because
We'd play all sorts of different kinds
yeah,
of...
we would play like all kinds of like
seven card stud,
all kinds of
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
Omaha, Go
then-
Fish.
And Old Maid. And tarot cards too. Just
We do tarot
we
cards,
do
Old
tarot
Maid.
cards. Oh, one time, Blanda, I bought a pizza one time, and but we were in the back room playing, and we were afraid we were gonna miss the pizza.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I was like, Chris, put a sign on the door so he doesn't leave.
Yeah.
And write, just come on in. We won't rob you.
Yeah. That was your idea? 'Cause
Yeah,
he did that.
and he was like, good idea. We won't rob you. And he put it on the door. The reason I wanted to talk about that is because there's that one moment you looked at your cards, then you looked at Vinny and you go, Vinny, Jack 6.
Yeah, that stayed with me.
Yeah.
People still
But
talk
then there was
about
also Johnny Yannick that one time. We're playing and no one said anything, but he goes, what are my parents' names?
that.
Remember
Who
that?
said Little Johnny Yannick? What are my parents' names?
Who said Little John Yannick?
What's wrong with Everybody looks over their shoulder
What?
and then looks back, like, looks at each other.
Who said
I
Little
know.
John Yannick?
I don't know what's up with that guy.
What are my parents' names? Yo, that dude was crazy.
Yeah.
That's where my joke comes from. You ever hear my joke about like, have you ever partied so late into the night that you hear birds?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because every time we would play cards, the fucking sun would come up. That's when you're like, fuck,
Oh,
you're
it's disorienting.
dehydrated. You're probably down on money.
Everybody else
Headache from fucking all the Kendall Jackson finally wearing off.
Yeah.
You're like, I fucking, the sun is just like bleeding in. You're hearing kids get on the school bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't play cards anymore?
I don't even have friends, dude. I really don't. It's a sad thing. Yeah, the only way you're getting big at this point is roids. I'll be honest with you. If you want to get big,
Mhm.
you got to find a roid dude.
Oh, I got a roid, dude.
You do?
Yeah.
You just you clearly haven't called him.
Well, I've been storing up. What I do is I get it and I store it away, and I'm going to use it all at once.
Yeah, that's smart.
Like-
a lot of people don't do it all at once.
No, they kind of string it out. I don't
No.
want to do that. I want
No.
to get big fast. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to use a whole lot of steroids one time and just get fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like what happened to the Hulk.
Like you fucking leave work one day, and the next day people see you and
Come
you're
back and
like,
I'm fucking
Yo!
huge. I can't even wipe myself. I'm so big.
I need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
going to be like that.
Yeah, that's a great plan actually. You want to roid up and roid up fast.
Fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. Boom. Like a gallon right in the left arm.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's good to hear, man.
Uh-oh.
Let's call it a day, man. Thanks for fucking being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us for the low budget show. That's gonna do it. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you.
What were we talking about?
The low budget show with David Millard.
I still love ya.
You got raccoons?